You realize college football is being dominated by transfers yet again? This shouldn't be a surprise though, as 6 of the last 8 Heisman Trophy winners all came from the transfer portal. Stick around because I saved a wild card transfer who may be the best story of them all for last. We gotta start with John Mateer, a former 3-star prospect who went to Washington State and absolutely balled out last year and was the number 3 ranked transfer quarterback this past offseason. Through 4 games with Oklahoma, he has 6 touchdown passes through the air and another 5 more on the ground. Now, he just injured his hand and is gonna be out a couple games, so we'll see how that affects his Heisman odds, but sounds like he might be back in time for the Red River rivalry against Texas, and if so, watch out. Next up is Fernando Mendoza, who as of week 4 is actually the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. He was the number 4 transfer quarterback this offseason after 2 pretty good years at Cal, but now in Curt Cignetti's offense at Indiana has absolutely taken off. He's got 14 touchdowns and no interceptions on the year and just defeated 9th ranked Illinois 63-10 in what could very well become his first big signature win. Now, transfer quarterbacks are nothing new for Oregon, as each of the last 2 years they've had a transfer quarterback end up being a Heisman finalist, with Dylan Gabriel and Bo Nix, and Dante Moore is looking to become the 3rd on that list. Through 4 games, he's got 11 touchdowns and 1 interception for the undefeated Ducks and was the number 3 ranked transfer quarterback in his class a year ago. 4th, how can we forget about Carson Beck? He was the number 2 ranked transfer quarterback this past offseason. He was a part of 2 national championships at Georgia and has 7 touchdowns already for the Miami Hurricanes, who he has an undefeated 4-0. And lastly, possibly the best out of nowhere transfer in the country is Trinidad Chambliss at Ole Miss. He came in from D2 Ferris State after being a superstar and winning a national championship there. Comes to Ole Miss expecting to be the backup quarterback, but after starter Austin Simmons got injured in just their 3rd game of the year, Chambliss had to check in and has been dominant in both starts. In his first 2 games, he has over 600 total yards and 5 touchdowns, and he may not be giving that starting job back up. Shout out to Lane Kiffin for finding this diamond in the rough in the transfer portal. So when looking at the Heisman odds so far, it's clearly dominated by transfers. In fact, the only non-transfer atop the Heisman watch is Jeremiah Smith, a wide receiver. And we've only had 2 wide receivers win the Heisman Trophy since the early 90s, so don't get your hopes up too much for him. It's clear in college football that bringing in a top transfer quarterback will have an immediate impact on your team, and these guys have been the main success stories so far this college football season. So who do you think takes the Heisman this year? Will one of these transfers win it and make it 7 out of 9 to win the Heisman Trophy?